If only you guys knew many times I have retaken this video, you would laugh.
You remain in control in the middle of the war.
Alright guys, so where have I been? What have I been doing? And I've only been gone for 2 months, but honestly these 2 months have been a great 2 months for me. You know, I feel like a lot of us spend so much time, you know, in the world and, you know, living on, well, not living, but, you know, interacting with Facebook, Instagram, you know, YouTube, just a lot of social media, that we don't take the time to interact with God, and we don't take the time to interact with ourselves and learn who we are in Him. And I, you know, needed that time with Him, you know. So I have graduated the nursing program. I'm 19 and an LVN, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm always looking at my next step. That's just my personality. I'm always looking like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. You know, I'm always looking towards my next step. So, you know, when I was done with the nursing program, I decided just to take myself away from social media and retract and evaluate myself. And in that time, I learned, you know, a lot about myself. I learned a lot about God, more about God, and I feel like I really needed that.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
I have a very loud family. But so to God be the glory. You know, He revealed parts of myself that I never knew were there, and, you know, parts of myself that I didn't know were there. He, you know, gave me a new insight on those parts. You know, for a really long time I known that I've always wanted to help people. It's always been something that was put in my heart from a young age. I would go to my mom's job and pass out little cups of water to her patients, because she is also LVN. And, you know, now that I'm finished with the LVN program, you know, I was, you know, asking God, like, God, what is my next step? What's the next thing that you have for me? And you know, for past couple of months, you know, before I took myself off of social media, I really wanted to move to Arizona, just because, you know, it was really cheaper down there, and just to have a new fresh start in life. And I was talking to God, and I'm like, okay, God, like, what do I do? Like, I want to move to Arizona. Like, do I go or do I stay here in this city? And I just kept asking Him that question, and I would literally I would just start scrolling on Zillow, and I would just be looking at houses and communities out there. Like, my mind was set, like, after I graduate the nursing program and after I get a job, I am moving down there, and I'm going to just, you know, start over and, you know, live down there. And there was this night where I was just laying down and I was talking to God, and I started imagining myself moving to Arizona. And in my spirit, I literally heard Him, and He was just like, no, do not move to Arizona. Look around you. There are people around you that need help in this city, you know. And what you guys don't know is I graduated high school at the age of 17 before I went straight into the nursing program. And we moved out to this city from another city. So we moved out to me and my family moved to this city, and, you know, I was missing my friends. I was missing my old life, and I couldn't understand why I felt like I was being so isolated from my friends. And I realize now that, you know, sometimes, and a lot of times, God will pull you away from the world to give you a better view of life. And that's what He did. And I'm so grateful that I'm in this city now, because if I didn't move to the city, I wouldn't have graduated early, and I wouldn't have, you know, went into the nursing program at the time that I went into it. Praise God. And, you know, every time I think about it, it just makes me so happy, and it makes me just think about how righteous He is, and how He knows the plans for our life, and how He really guides our steps. You know, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have graduated early if I didn't move to the city, and I would be hanging out with my friends, and I would have been partying and all kinds of things. But, you know, He took me away, and I was able to focus on myself. And in that, in the isolation, in the, you know, moving to the city and not knowing anybody, I began to know him, and I began to know myself more. And it really has been a beautiful experience for me. And so in that time when I was talking to him, and he said, don't move to Arizona, you know, look around you, there's people in this city that need help, they're sick, there's so many homeless people here, and there's so much crime that's going on. And he said, I gave you this city, you know, as a place to find yourself. I gave you this city as a place, you know, to get to know me, and why would you leave it? You know, right now I need you to take care of the city that I've given you. Take care of it, you know. And I really believe that in my heart. And I, you know, now I know that I really want to do missionary work, and I really want to start a charity, and I want to help the homeless and things like that. And I really want to become a doctor. I know for a fact I don't want to be an LVN forever. And just because, like, the reason I want to become a doctor is because, you know, each career has its own scope of practice. There's only so much you can do in a certain career. You know, as an LVN, I can't do certain things that an RN can do because they are my boss. As an RN, I can't do certain things that a doctor can do because they are my boss. You know, if I become that doctor, you know, I have more freedom to travel and help people the way they need to be helped. And, you know, I have more freedom to, you know, there's nothing really holding me back from doing certain things, from starting IVs and prescribing medications and healing people. So that's what I want so that's just where I see myself, and I'm just gonna let God guide me through it. And I'm honestly really excited for it. So I was supposed to be doing like a get ready with me whole makeup, but that really didn't happen. I just got kind of carried away and began talking. So for the future of this channel, I really just want to document all of it. I want to, you know, I want to travel, and not just for, you know, fun and leisure, but I do want to travel and record, you know, missionary work that I'm going to be doing. I know it's going to happen. And I want to be recording, you know, like my leisure time, and, you know, just me traveling the world, and, you know, getting to know this big world that God created. And so yeah, that's going to be the future of this channel. And I'm also thinking about starting a new series where I just sit down and I read my diary to you guys, and just pray. So like, my diary isn't like it isn't like a cliche like, dear diary today. No, it's nothing like that. It's mostly consists of prayers and time that I spent with God, and the times that I do talk to God, and, you know, he'll talk back, and, you know, and those are the things that I write down. And I honestly feel like, you know, a lot of the things that are in my diary can help, and, you know, really just help my Christian brothers and sisters. You know, we all are going through something, and we all are going through a lot of the same things. And I feel like, you know, the things that I learned, and the revelations that I got from God, and the, you know, the knowledge that I got from him, I can, you know, put that out into the world and help my Christian brothers and sisters, and vice versa. So that's going to be the future of this channel. I'm honestly really excited about it. So yeah, bye guys.